Welcome to this episode of In Search of Songwriters in Serial. I'm Trustin.
And I'm Jake.
And we're excited today to have songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, Nashville, Springfield session player, musical engineer, producer, Mr. Oran Thornton. Great to have you today, Warren.
Good to be here.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
We appreciate you coming to Springfield and
Yeah,
hanging out in
absolutely.
the man cave for this
Absolutely.
this one.
Yeah, so you started your career in music really early, and you traveled around U.S. and Europe. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, when I was 14, I started. It was kind of the first time I left home to play music, and I went to with a group. It was kind of like went to Australia and played like school assemblies.
Uh-huh.
That was when I was 14. I was the youngest one. Everybody else was like in their 20s.
Yeah.
And I wasn't actually supposed to be a part of it until I think you had to be, 8, it was either 16 or 18. My mom
So how'd that
insisted.
work out?
Well, she sent in a demo tape and to them, and they said, well, at least meet with him. So we met, and they felt like that, I was able to pull it off. So.
Now, was that, what band was that you were with?
It was just, like I said, it was a group called YWAM. It's called Youth with a Mission.
Okay.
Yeah, and they would just, they would take groups of musicians that we would meet in Montana and rehearse for like 3 weeks, and then we would go to different places. There was different bands all met. There was a name for the band, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah,
It's been a little while
a
ago.
long time ago. Yeah.
And you were in the band DC Talk at one time, is that correct?
Yeah. After that, I came back and I joined a band called Johnny Public. Me and some friends founded a band called Johnny Public. They're all the rest of the guys still live in Springfield, most of them. And then we were signed to a label out of Nashville called Goatee Records, which was owned by Toby Mack, who was one of the owners. And so that's how I met them and ended up playing on the record with them, and then toured with them for about, I'd say off and on about a year. And then me and my brother formed another band when I was 17. And we signed to Columbia.
Was your brother Trevor?
Yeah, me and my brother Trevor formed a band called Flick.
Signed with Columbia Records.
Yeah, we signed with Columbia Records when I was 17. He was 14 at that time.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
That's not your typical teenager experience for people.
No, it was different for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, because everybody else back home was, doing whatever, and
You guys were out
running around.
Yeah.
So.
Now, how'd you do schooling with that?
We homeschooled.
Homeschooled, okay.
Yep.
So do you have like family going with you on tour when you went, or were you just with the band?
Yeah, my mom would go when we were younger. She would go out, and then we had a couple interns. When she couldn't go, she would send, that we had for the band, and they would come and they would kind of do some stuff with us. But
nice.
Yeah.
When you were 11 years old, your family had a devastating tragedy. Your brother Brad, who was 20 at the time, I understand, was killed in a car accident.
Yeah.
From what I understand, he recognized your music talent early on and encouraged you.
Yeah, he definitely he was the reason I play. The biggest influence I have, just because I think when he passed away, he taught me a few things. I was 11. I was baseball cards.
You weren't thinking baseball cards, yeah.
And I was getting ready to start thinking about girls and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then after he passed away, I just kind of, I think a lot of it probably a coping mechanism. I just delved into playing guitar. And I would sit in my room for 8 to 10 hours a day.
Wow.
Playing. My parents would talk about how they would have to make me come eat. I would just sit playing.
You had to have enjoyed it somewhat too, just putting that much time in.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he was a major influence on that.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'd be proud to know what you've accomplished, up to this point. So, you still perform live on the road, and I understand you're about to go on tour with Brent Cobb. Is that correct?
I'm going to go do a show with him. This week.
Okay.
We're going to go out and play a show, and I think we may write. We spent a couple extra days on the bus to write with him. So.
Oh, nice. So some have you co-written with him on some other things?
Yeah, we wrote.
I thought you had.
We've only written a couple, 3 times probably, and then we wrote actually last week. We wrote.
For our listeners that don't know much about his music or about him, is there anything you can share on that?
He's a really great songwriter. I think he's one of the probably most it's like super poetic.
Mm-hmm.
But he's super country too. He's from South Georgia. And,
yeah. Didn't Miranda Lambert cover one of his songs?
Miranda's done a few of his songs.
Yeah.
He writes with her quite a bit.
Yeah.
And he's been on the past 3 years. I think the past two or three tours with being support for Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Chris is doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Yeah.
I think he's found his niche.
He's found it, hasn't he? It didn't happen overnight. I mean, he was writing a lot of songs.
No, yeah, I remember going, in Nashville a few years before he broke, and I actually went to a birthday party one time with a mutual friend, and he was there, and him and his wife sat in the foyer and played, played songs and everything. And this was, just remember being blown away, and I heard a lot of the songs, and I heard his demos and stuff, but just how powerful the singer he was, sitting in the room with him.
Great performer.
But it was kind of cool because nobody else knew it yet.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the world, a lot of people in town did. But
Right.
I think when he found the right producer and the right thing, then he
It just took off. Yeah.
Did you know? Did you know he was going to break out? Then did you have a feeling, or
not really? Because I just thought there's so many people. I mean, maybe not everybody's at that level, but there's a lot of super talented people in Nashville. And you get so used to seeing talent, you just never know.
Yeah.
What.
Yeah. Who's gonna?
And I kind of looked at him more at that time. I looked at him more as a songwriter than an artist. You know? So.
And he was writing a lot of songs for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't think of it as that. And when he because he put out an album even before that, before his he done the one with Dave Cobb, which is actually Brent Cobb's cousin.
Oh, okay.
The producer Dave Cobb, who's done a lot of really great records.
Yeah.
He put her, I think maybe Tony Brown or something produced it, and it was really great. But I don't know, there was something about it didn't capture who he was.
Yeah.
And when they got that, then it was and then he played that, and I loved that album. And then when he played, he definitely had that moment when he played on the CMAs or AZMs.
I think it was a CMAs,
with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
And it's like all of a sudden the world, the next day.
That was a heck of a performance.
The next day the world was all about him.
Talking about Chris Stapleton, I felt fortunate. I host through Panoramic Concerts, host some shows, and Kevin Welch, who wrote the song "Millionaire," that was a big hit for Chris Stapleton. He came here in town and played, so that was kind of cool to have those connections. Your main passion seems to be writing and producing songs and doing session work. You go back and forth to Nashville pretty frequently.
Yeah.
What's a typical work day for Oran Thornton in Nashville? Or is there one?
Yeah, it's always usually different, but I mean, the majority of the time it's just getting together and songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a publisher there, and so they'll either set me up with different new people. Most of the time, I find that I end up writing with people I've already been writing with and comfortable with.
So it's a little bit of a routine, regular.
Yeah,
know what to expect. And
well, I've really dove into the writing thing the past probably 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always, because before I kind of what got me into. I mean, I've always wrote, being in the end and stuff. But then when I was doing a lot of production and engineering stuff, and so I'd do a lot of people like songwriters demos and got to know a lot of the songwriters, and I would take the songs and build tracks around them and stuff.
Right.
And so that kind of started a relationship with a lot of songwriters that really liked what I did. And we should just write, So
Super.
I would add parts or whatever.
Yeah.
So so that was so I've been really
kind of a natural progression for you. It sounds like.
Yeah.
what?
Well, from your travels and time in Nashville, you've had a chance to work with some notable producers and mentors, and it's allowed you to be involved with some major projects and musicians. Miranda Lambert's Revolution album, I understand, some of Eric Church's stuff, Little Big Town albums. What are some of the takeaways from those experiences that have learned from, benefited from?
I don't know. I learned a little bit from everybody I work with. Good or bad.
Doesn't have to be.
But I've spent fortunate when I first moved up, because I lived in Nashville for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right after my wife got married and moved down there, and I was thinking about it the other day. That was about 10 years ago. So
wow,
it's a 10-year town. And, I haven't lived there for 10 years, but I've been I was going there when I was younger for recording and stuff. But as far as like the world, I'm kind of in now.
Yeah.
And a guy named Mike Rucky. I was working with him. He brought me down there, and got to work on a lot of cool things with him, and I learned a lot from him really quick. Just kind of how that Nashville world works, you know. Because before that I was always in bands and stuff, and I didn't really know wasn't really a part of the, like the Americana country world, you know. So I did just how the system works and the songwriting. Like I didn't realize that there were staff songwriters anywhere, you know. When I was playing the music and running around, I had no idea that people would, you know.
All that information sounds like it was extremely valuable to you. Helpful.
So I pulled a lot of things away from a lot of everybody I worked with, you know.
Mm-hmm. So. You've also engineered or played on albums Stone and LaRue and Eli Young Band, and co-wrote with Adam Hood. Jake and I, just last night, were watching the video, She Don't Love Me.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fun video.
Yeah.
Jared Hicks joined in.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
We were sitting there, and he goes, I think it was the day before or the night before, and I think he had called or something. He was like, "Is Jared in town?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, we need a bass player for the video." So, and he's like, "Jared, you ever played bass?" And he's like, "Nope, never touched one."
Wow.
Like, you are tomorrow.
He looked good in the video. So it's good to have somebody from Campton that's a songwriter and jumped in on a video like that. You also produced and played music on Angelina Presley's album Wrangled, which I think most people probably know her from Pistol Annie's group. There were some notable voices that joined in on that.
There was.
Who all did you have that?
All three of the Pistol Annies on one of the songs that they wrote together. I think
was Chris Stapleton in on one of those?
Chris Stapleton was a writer on one. And his wife. Sang on that song. It's called Only Blood. So they wrote together. And
Jack Ingram
Ingram sang on the Guy Clark song. I think was one of the last. It might have been the last song that Guy Clark had finished.
I was just that led me right into what I was going to ask next. I'm a fan of Guy Clark, and the last song I understand he co-wrote was "Cheer Up, Little Darling."
Yeah.
What can you share about that song? How that came about, and how?
It was a awesome song. And it was just an awesome moment in the studio. You know, his wife came by and tracked it and brought by one of his guitars, and he actually used it on the session. And, I think it was, I can't remember, I believe it was number 10. It was the 10th guitar he made.
Yeah. He was, from my understanding, a great guitar maker.
Yeah, it was.
And had a passion for it.
It was a great guitar, I played it just a little bit. And
that's a special moment.
Yeah,
would have been for me.
It was a really, really cool moment.
Yeah. And what I appreciated about it too, he spoke had a little bit of recording of his voice.
Yeah, that was from the co-write, and it was actually him. I guess when they were writing, when Angelina were writing the song, her husband came in, and he was talking about how much he liked the song, and he just started, saying the lyric, talking the lyric out. And so that just happened to be in the voice memo when they were recording, writing the song. They were just putting it down so they remembered. They just happened to have that in the voice memo. So
cool.
We used it as the intro for the song.
I had the good fortune to go to Nashville with a couple of buddies, the Ryman, when they did the Guy Clark tribute, and Angelina performed there along with a host of other. But that was a lot of fun to hear that. You've got children, 4 children, I understand, and I've met Cash. I'm trying to remember your other son's name.
Yeah, Cash. Well, the oldest is Stella. Estella, Cash, Colt, and then Charlie.
Yeah. And Charlie's the young one, just not even 2 years yet, is she? Or?
About 21 months.
Yeah. I know Cash and Colt enjoy some baseball, or have you seen the aspirations of music from them? They're young, but
they all are really interested in it. This morning I heard them. I went in the other room and I heard plucking around the guitar. I came in there and they were sitting, playing. So they all seem to have interest in it.
Yeah.
And,
haven't tipped any guitars over and broken any.
Not yet. They have their guitar that they're supposed to play in their bedroom, and they usually go in there and bash around in it. That's
good.
What's some of the challenges like about traveling to and from Nashville, and then having a family at home?
Just being gone, just the, it's always hard to be away. Usually, it's nice. I'm not ever gone for long periods of time, so it's only a couple days at a time or whatever. So, just being away, missing anything. It's kind of just. I think it's probably harder on my wife than me most of the time.
Yeah, she's dealing with everything back at home.
Yeah.
And,
You're like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm writing a song. It's really tough today.
She's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
that helps. Yeah.
How long does it take you to travel out to Nashville from here?
It's about a 7-hour drive, so
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's actually great. Gives me like time to. A lot of times I don't listen to music. A lot of times I listen to podcasts.
Just
A lot of times
kinda
it
get
may
away
be
from
about music. Sometimes I listen to a lot of songwriting podcasts.
Yeah.
Or just podcasts in general.
Kind of like a learning opportunity, I guess. Try to
Yeah.
get better on that.
Yeah, and sometimes it's sometimes it'll be nice just to kind of sometimes we'll listen to music and it'll be kind of nice to just listen and not
Yeah. Not think about it, or
which I end up doing most of the time.
Yeah.
Analyzing some of it or tearing it apart.
hard for
Or-
musicians not to do that.
Yeah.
Just from the experience I've seen of musicians.
And occasionally there's times when I'll leave. It seems like more time coming back than going. Where I'll come back and I'll write a song on driving.
Yeah.
Something to pass the time. And it's,
Where, as far as songs, where do most inspirations come from for you? If you're doing a lot of co-writing, I understand you're probably just people with different ideas. But,
yeah.
But does it happen that way for you? Like you're just driving, or you're out dumping the trash, or whatever?
Yeah. Sometimes somebody will say something. A lot of times it's in conversation with people. I think that's the most connective. I think that with the songwriter, sometimes when you're connected and you're talking to somebody and they'll say something, or you might even hear it in a movie or a show or in a book or in an article, or sometimes it'll be a billboard sign will say something like it may not be what it says, but it
could be a good song
or something.
Yeah.
Do you like to do more writing actually like with pen and paper, or do you do it on your phone? Or
I do. I go back and forth. I like to write stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife got me a book one time for a couple 3 years ago. And she opened it up one time. There was only like 3 songs written in it after about a year. She's like, "Well, why did I get this for?" But I find myself a lot of times either not writing it down at all for a while, just kind of letting so I don't. And then, or if I am going to write, a lot of times I will put it in the computer, just because I always have to turn the songs into my publisher anyway. So it's like I'm going to have to type it at some point.
Yeah.
So a lot
that
of
way you
times
don't have to duplicate the word.
Yeah, exactly. I just do it then, and it's easy to edit.
Yeah.
But because a lot of times you're writing songs, you might write a verse and then come back. Like, now that we're here, that doesn't work anymore.
Right. For aspiring songwriters out there, what advice from your experiences would you give them?
Oh, I don't know if I'm in any place to give it or not. But, I just think it's just write as honest as you can and from a real place, and not try to
authentic with it. Yeah.
Not try to write to. I mean, obviously you're writing to make to impress people, but at the same time you have to kind of just write from your gut. Write from what you know you believe in, what's genuinely you love.
Yeah.
And if you genuinely love it, then it's going to be it's going to come across.
Right. Plus, later on you'll have that. You appreciate your own song,
exactly, whether nobody else does or not.
Yeah.
At least
I would
you
imagine that's the case. Yeah. Well, listen, we're wondering if you would mind doing a song for us while you're
I'll
here.
do one.
That'd be great.
I don't perform a whole lot, so it's not my strong suit as far as singer. But
Yeah.
I'll do one.
Well, we'd be honored to have you do that. So.
Perfect. Great. It's got a zipper like most of them do. Come winter time, it's my old go-to. A hand-me-down didn't cost me a dime. The kind of fit you get that money can't buy. Now, he was hanging in the closet when the good Lord called him home. And it takes me back when I put it on, to the smell of Pall Mall lights, his worn-out two-tone Chevy, buck pocket knives. It only takes me somewhere I go. It's Just ain't any old car hardcore. When I put it on, it's like a time machine. Gets me to thinking about him and me. Still talk to him every night when I pray. It's got me through some pretty rough days. And when the snow starts flying, it always keeps me warm. And I'm back on that gravel, headed to the farm. And the smell of palm all lights, black coffee in a thermos, the springtime crappie bite. It always takes me someplace I know. It just ain't any old car hardcore. Like he's wrapping around me. The smell of those palm mall lights, and everything's alright. It's like he's looking down and showing me the ropes. It just ain't any old car hardcore. Yeah, it always takes me someplace I know. It just ain't any old car hardcore.
Sweet.
Nice.
I'll give you one more if you want.
I think that was pretty good.
Well, Oran, we really appreciate you being on the show.
appreciate
It's
you
been a
having me.
real honor. Great song. Appreciate
thank
you
you.
performing the song. Well, we've got one last question that we want to ask you. We always save the best question for last.
Oran, what's your favorite cereal?
I'll have to go with the old Rice Krispies.
All right, that's a good choice
Being a
right
kid,
there.
yeah. I don't eat a whole lot of cereal, but this is around. It's either this or Honey Nut Cheerios usually at the house.
Those are good too.
And I think the reason these are my favorites is because they make a pretty good treat too, and you mix them with some
Yeah,
marshmallows.
Exactly. Oh,
Definitely.
Man. Well,
Yeah.
thanks a lot for
Thank
coming.
you.
All right.
It's been a treat.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. That's it.
It's got a zipper like most of them do. Come winter time, it's my